Worth it to get a CDL? Is it worth it to go into this industry? What's cracking, trucker fan, man? It's your boy Wayne back again. This is going to be episode 3 of this CDL journey. Obviously, if you're watching this, that means you checked out at least one of the other 2 videos, hopefully. If not, of course, the first video was me undergoing the training to get the permit. The second video was me actually at the DMV, passing the test to get the permit. And my third video is actually supposed to be me actually out and about doing some driving. But I realized that I didn't do a video about my training to actually get my commercial driver's license. So I'm just in the room breaking down some of the things that you're going to need to get your CDL. Obviously, you have to have the permit, which was in the last video, but you do have to know some skills. All right, the skills consist of a few maneuvers, right? The maneuvers are going to be straight line backing is one, offset reversing, where you have to like reverse from one side to the other, and then alley docking is another, and parallel parking. To parallel park the tractor and the trailer is also one. You have to kind of, I wouldn't say master those maneuvers, but you have to, it's a point system that they put you on, and if you touch the cones or go outside the boundaries of the cones, and you'll lose a certain amount of points. So you have to work on that in the training. And also they go over the air brake portion of the test. Air brake test consists of something called coals, so we can break that down too. And then you just have to do a regular driving test. You drive around the city, go through some different maneuvers. Drive around the city, go through different areas, go over some train tracks. They're going to monitor the speed. They're going to know that you're monitoring the street signs as well. You know, signs letting you know the lanes are about to close, signs letting you know about the clearance for like overhead bridges and overpasses and stuff like that. So that's a part of it. So hopefully the video could be pretty fast. So let's get into some of the things that we have to, let's get into some of the things you're going to have to do to pass the test. All right, so firstly, with the air brake test, it was a good acronym that they had. It was COALS, COALS. That's just kind of like a way of helping you remember. All right, the first part of the C stands for a cut-in. The cut-in is just, you're going to have to know the numbers, all right? The numbers that you're going to have to know, right? Just remember, whenever you're doing something with the air brake test, you're expecting a response to happen, right? So the cut in, which is the first part of COALS, COALS, it's the cut in, right? And with the cut in, that occurs around 100 PSI. That's when you step on the brakes and you're just trying to see if you're getting more pressure in your air tanks, right? So that's the C, right? The O, which is cut out, right? That's when you're going to kind of build up the air pressure to, I guess you could say, a maximum level. And that should occur before 140 PSI in the pressure tanks. And you'll know that by hearing it go kind of like hiss a little bit from the pressure tanks, right? Then the A, that's the apply air braking test. That's when you kind of like have to turn off the engine, but keep the truck in the on position without having the engine running. And in this portion right here, you want to just mash down on the brakes, and you want to see how much air pressure you lose over a minute's time, right? Then they have the L portion, which is the low air pressure warning, right? The low air pressure warning is going to occur between 55 and 75 PSI, and the truck is still going to be off, but in the on position. And you're going to mash down on your brakes. You're going to kind of pump your brakes down to between 55 and 75 PSI. You just want to get that, the low air pressure warning from the tractor to truck, right? Then the S is the spring brake test, right? That occurs between 20 and 45 PSI. So after you do your low air pressure warning, you want to keep bringing the pressure down by mashing on the brakes, and you should see both of your brake knobs pop out at that point, right? And then they want you to just do a tug test on the brakes. And the tug test just consists of you seeing if you have a good tug on your tractor brakes and your trailer brakes, right? So COALS is like pretty much the first portion of the test that you have to do. And, you know, before we get too deep into it, I just want to let you guys know, The training for the company I work for, I think it usually takes about 3 weeks or so. It took me about a month. So a little bit over the time. But I just wanted to make sure that I was good, man. I wanted to make sure that I knew everything. I didn't want to rush it and push it too much. So it kind of was like me by my own design, making sure that I didn't rush it or try to get done with it too quick. But it took me about a month, right? But I learned everything, man, so I didn't mess up on my test. So first it was the air brake test. Then once you do an in-cab test, basically you're going to just talk about the different safety features that you have inside the cab. All trucks are different well, not totally different, but a fire extinguisher, the safety triangles, and then you got to have to just know about the dash components of the truck, but you can learn that stuff too. Also, they want you to do a pre-trip of the truck. They just wanted to know that you know pretty much the basic parts of the truck, so that if you have like any type of malfunction while you're out on the road, you can kind of communicate that to the mechanic and let them know what's going on, right? So you do the air brake test, the in-cab test, and then you do the pre-trip when you're just a general walk around the truck with the trailer attached, and you talk about the fifth wheel, you talk about the kingpin, talk about all those different type of things. But these are things that you're going to have to know for the test. I mean, I'm in California, so in California, that's the stuff that you have to know for the test, but it's a few other things too, right? But that's pretty much the general stuff you have to know in regards to air brake, in-cab, and the pre-trip, right? So next, I want to talk to you guys about the skills, because that was the second part of the test. All right, now for this portion right here, for the maneuvers, I did get a chance to document some of the maneuvers that I was doing. I didn't document the whole portion. Like I said, it took me over a month to kind of get this stuff down. So I really had to focus up. You know what I'm saying? At first, I was trying to kind of warmth in here. At first, I was trying to like document it and take videos. But you don't want the instructors and stuff, the people that's training you, to see that. I'm not gonna say you being distracted, but that you're not like focused on what you need to be learning. You know what I'm saying? I felt like if I would have been whipping out my camera, trying to record myself, do all the maneuvers and do all the stuff like that, they might be feeling some type of way about it. But I did get a chance to record myself doing all the maneuvers. So right now, that's what we about to get ready and go over. So I put together like small little compilation, and I'll give y'all a walkthrough of it. I sped it up, so hopefully it don't take too long, all right? Whoa. Let me turn that down some. It's really, really loud. I don't even need no volume on it, honestly. So that's me right there, obviously. Hopping into the truck right here. So this right here is the bottom dump that I trained in. This right here is the straight line backing portion. You always want to make sure you put your seatbelt on when you first get inside the vehicle. That's very important. Make sure your mirrors are set. And I sped this one up. I definitely went a lot slower than this going down, just because I wanted to get it right, you know what I'm saying? But those are the cones that are lined up, and you want to just take your time. You see me right there adjusting the front tires. I'm trying to just line it up with that last axle. That's really what you're trying to do. Keep everything lined up with the back axle. You're using your mirrors. Sometimes they want you to even lean over and kind of like look out of the truck over your shoulder. Whatever works best for you. I was more comfortable at first just looking at the mirrors, but once I kind of started just leaning out the window, I got way more comfortable. It took me, this right here, it was after days, probably a week or so, of me trying to do the straight line back, and I thought it would be a lot easier than what it was. And for some people, it is easier, you know what I'm saying? For me, it was difficult, man. It took me some time to really, really get it. I'm not even ashamed of that. You know, it is what it is, man. It took me some time to get it, but once I got it down, I was real confident. And honestly, straight line backing is like the paramount portion of the skills. If you can get the straight line backing concept down, because everything is a concept anyway. If you can get the straight line backing concept down, man, you'll be able to do all the other maneuvers, because it's all reverse driving. So if you can get the concept of just going back in a straight line down, it'll be easy for you to do everything else as well. It just took me some time to really understand that and lock in like I was supposed to. But once I did, as you can see, I got down to and it's about 100 feet. I think they want you to go down 100 feet straight line backing, which doesn't sound like a lot in the beginning. But once you start, you be like, dag, man, like, you know. But that was that maneuver, and I was able to get it down pretty well, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this was after me working at it for like a solid week, you know what I'm saying? So that was that one, you know. All right, now this right here, I think this right here is the offset backing. You see the cones are set up here. So with this one, they have two sides of the cone, the left side and the right side. So right here, I had backed it into the left side. I don't know if I recorded that one or not, but this is me now going to back it into the right side of the cones. And once again, get the concept down of the straight line backing. You know, my thing was kind of just bending the trailer to where you want it to go. Of course, if you want the left side to go to the right, you know what I'm saying? You want the left side, you have to just go to the opposite way, right? So if you want the left side to go right, you turn the wheel right. If you want the right side to go left, you turn the wheel left. You know what I'm saying? So that was me. And then once I was kind of getting it, I would straighten out the front, see where I was at, and readjust again. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I sped all these videos up, so it may look like I'm going a lot faster than I really am, but I really wasn't even going. I was going really, really slow, man. I really was taking my time with this. That's what I was advised to do by the trainers. Just take your time. And I would advise you to do the same thing. It's not a timed test. They don't want you to go out there and do everything in a minute, 30 seconds. You know, if you take 30 minutes, you take 3 minutes, you're going to get the same pass. You know what I'm saying? So get comfortable, take your time. When you're actually doing it in the testing environment, your nerves might kick in. So you don't want to start moving faster than you can think. You know what I'm saying? That's how you start going over the lines and hitting the cones. You know, this one right here was me just kind of just, you know what I'm saying, backing it in, taking my time, had to maneuver, make sure I got the tractor to line up with the trailer. And then once you really get it inside the cones, then it's just straight line backing. It's not 100 yards this time. It's more like 20. You know what I'm saying? You just straight line back it. And it all gets easier. You know what I'm saying? The more you do it, the more repetitions you get in, you know, it all gets easier, you know what I'm saying? But once I was able to get it, the straight line back and get a good grasp on that, everything else just kind of just went with it, you know? So we did the straight line backing. This right here was the offset reversing right here. I don't know how long I stayed inside of the truck, but that was pretty much it on that one. And then let's see here. This right here is going to be me doing the alley docking. This right here is me doing the alley dock. And with the alley dock, you just have to go off to like the left. You want to make yourself, I guess, parallel with the parking spot for the most part. And this is you trying to put the trailer into the dock. You know, in the alley dock, usually they're going to be like a lot of trailers lined up along the dock. You have to sit your trailer in between another one. That's why they have the cones set up right there. So these cones represent barriers for the alley dock. You know what I'm saying? So this one right here, I'm not gonna say it was the easiest or the hardest. It was just another one that you kind of just had to do. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. I overshot the point to where I was supposed to start turning my wheel right there. So I just did a pull up to get back to it. This company right here, they do give you, I think, like 2 pull-ups or something like that before it counts against you. If you take it at like a driving school or at the DMV or something like that, I think they give you 2 pull-ups too. I think it should all be 2 pull-ups, but I'm not certain, so don't quote me on that. But don't be afraid to use the pull-ups, man. Use them, you know what I'm saying? They don't go against you. They're only there to help you out, you know what I mean? So that was just This one right here, once again, like I said, if you want to get the left wheel, you have to always think about where you're trying to go and how you're trying to get the truck to move, right? So if you're trying to get the right wheel to go to the left, I'm saying, like I said, you got to turn that baby to the left. If you're trying to get the left wheel to go to the right, you got to turn that baby to the right. That's it. But you're trying to move the left wheel you're trying to move the left wheel to the opposite side and the right wheel to the opposite side. It's not the other way around. So you have to get some type of mindset, some type of concept down with that. But you see, once I actually was able to line it up and get it right, I was able to throw that bad boy right up in there, and everything got a little bit easier over time. Like I said, the more you do it, the easier things will get, and the more confident you'll get with it too. You know what I'm saying? So I did not get any footage of me doing a parallel parking. However, I was tested on parallel. I was tested on straight line backing. I was tested on the offset, and I was tested on parallel. I didn't get tested on the alley dock. Maybe because at this company, we don't really do alley docking like that. But we don't do any of these maneuvers, honestly, at this company. But just to pass the DMV test, we had to do some. So the 3 I got tested on was straight line backing, offset, and the parallel. But I passed them all, so, you know what I'm saying, there we go. All right, then once I did that, we went in there, we hopped in the truck. The examiner took me on a trip, like around the city, maybe like a 30, 45-minute drive. And at first, I was extremely nervous, man. Thought I was gonna like really flip out in the truck. But after about 5 or 10 minutes, it just becomes driving at that point. You're just driving a bigger vehicle. So it can be very intimidating in the beginning if you let it be. I think I would let it intimidate me a little bit. But, once you kind of just get it down, it's not hard at all, man. It's really not. I've been driving now for like the last 3 weeks. I've been driving on my own for like the last 2 weeks. And the biggest adjustment, I think, is just not becoming complacent while you're out there driving. That's pretty much it. I have AirPods, so it's not recommended that you talk on the phone in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hands-free. I'm not using I'm not using my hands on the phone when I'm driving. I'm using the AirPods. And that really gets me through a lot of the days. Music, listening to podcasts, listening to sports talk or whatever gets me through the day. Also, I'm going to be bringing it to the channel. But I've been getting drone footage of some of the yards. So that's what the next video was supposed to be. But this video is actually going to be the next video now. The next video after this one will have some footage in it. But, I think a lot of people probably will wonder, is it worth it to get a CDL? Is it worth it to go into this industry? My ultimate plan is to have my own truck at the minimum. But of course, I want to have my own trucking company, man. I want to be able to employ people and hire people. I want to be able to empower other people to step out and make some money for themselves, that they don't have to just report to a regular 9 to 5. So if you're trying to go into it for business for yourself, anything like that, I would definitely. But yeah, even if you just want to just have something that you can work, you know what I'm saying? You can pretty much always be employed. I think having a commercial driver's license is good for that. So I would definitely say it's worth it. I'm a veteran, you know what I'm saying, for those people who don't know. I think if you're a vet and you're trying to kind of step out on your own and do something different, definitely. If you have a good driving record, just in general, you have a good driving record, you're trying to find something to do, definitely, man. Why not? You know what I'm saying? This is something good for men and women. I've seen men and women thrive in this. It doesn't matter your body type. I've seen short, tall, skinny, thick, husky, brusky, white, black, Latino, Asian. It don't matter, man. I mean, I think that you have to, well, I think it's the rule. You do have to speak English. But other than that, I mean, this is for anybody, man. I definitely would say that I think that it's worth it to get your commercial driver's license. A lot of these companies out here offer the training. They're going to have you sign contracts and stuff like that, to where if you get the license, you're going to have to pay them if you quit the job or whatever. But there's some good paying jobs out there. The transportation industry is really booming right now. And there's a lot of opportunity out there for people to go out there and make money as a driver. So I would definitely say, without question, unequivocally, it's worth it to get your CDL. Depending on what company you're at, these companies do lie a lot about how much money you can make. They lie about everything to get you in the door. Once you get in, you see how much you're making. If you're satisfied with it, you stay. If not, you can always find something else. Everything goes on your experience, of course. So if you do have to get with a low-paying company just to start so you can earn the experience, just make sure you keep that in mind, that you're only with this company for experience. And once you get the experience, you move on, you're going to make more money. But like I said, my main objective is to have my own truck, my own trucking company. So it's always about the experience and the money for me, because you're going to need money to get a truck, and you're going to need experience if you want to know how this business operates and how it works. You know what I'm saying? So as you see, I drive for like a dirt and gravel company. It's a material company. I'm not taking like the 50 plus foot trailers out there, but I do want to get into that because they make pretty good money too, driving for Amazon, Walmart, the post office, grocery stores, stuff like that. So there's opportunity out there. So I definitely think that it's worth it. But you do have to go through all the steps to get to where you have to get to and pass all the tests, and you got to put in some work. But I think once you put in the work, it's definitely worth it, especially if you have the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I think that's pretty much about it for this video right here. I've been anxious to get some of the other videos out because I think I have some pretty cool little footage of like the yards and stuff. So I do want to put that out there, but I wanted to just not skip over this step. I didn't do the training video. I went through that whole month without really recording other than the stuff that I showed you here. So yeah, man, that's pretty much it. This right here is the training video. Some of the things you're going to have to work on to get your CDL, like I said, was the air brake test, which consists of the Coles method. Don't forget about the in-cab inspection, the pre-trip inspection. You got to worry about the skills and the maneuvers. And then you have to worry about driving in the city with the examiner in the vehicle with you, which is all easy, man. It's all about being confident and not being too nervous out there. Don't allow yourself to get too nervous or get too high up or too low about anything. Just stay with it and you will get it. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching this video, man. Really appreciate the support, the views, or whatever, man. If you guys have any questions that I probably can answer, hopefully jump down in the comments and let me know. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, man. We're bringing more videos. Try to get more people, help more people if they want to get into this trucking industry, man. If you're a veteran out there, you got any questions for me, maybe I can help you out, maybe I can't, I don't know. I do have training materials as well. I'm not selling them or nothing like that. Like, I'm not that type of dude. I'm not an instructor, so I wouldn't even try to sell you no program. I just have study guides that I think are helpful. And if you are interested in it, make sure you jump down in the comments and let me know. But subscribe to the channel, man. Give the video a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps me get into the algorithm a little bit, and it helps my channel grow. I mean, I don't think I have any subscribers yet, but people have been viewing it, so you know, it is what it is. All right, but I appreciate you guys, and as always, peace.